The case in California began with a chemical, MTBE, that was added to gasoline to help the state clean up its air. But MTBE was found to cause cancer in laboratory animals. And in 1995, it began to show up in drinking water. In a trailer park 20 miles north of San Francisco, the additive was found in the community's well.
We received a notice saying that MTBE was in the water. As I began to find out more information about it, I was really concerned because I was like, what is the long-term effect for my children?
The question spread across the state. South Lake Tahoe, whose economy is dependent on tourists, had discovered MTBE in its drinking water.
The clarity of Lake Tahoe is legendary, or it was. One of our board members asked me what I knew about MTBE, and I said, nothing. He says, well, I heard about it. It's a fuel additive, and it may be a problem. Maybe just a few months later, we've got our first MTBE hits to the public water supply.
The water department traced the source first to one gas station, then to more than half a dozen. Even the newest, most modern station in town found an MTBE leak the size of a pinpoint.
Within this corner right here, you have 3 sites that are contaminated right now. There's one gas station, a previous gas station, and our gas station. So I've lived here my whole life, and the last thing I want to do is contaminate the place where I live and my kids and my family are going to live. So that's why we wanted to jump on it and start cleaning it up as soon as we could.
But MTBE spreads through water faster than the money can be spent to clean it up. In the end, South Lake Tahoe was forced to shut down 1/3 of its wells. Across California, 30 public water systems and another 10,000 groundwater sites were eventually found to be contaminated.
As long as it's in gasoline in the world we live in, it will get into water a lot.
This was an epidemic of MTBE sort of infection, and that caused our legislature to want to consider a total ban.
University of California scientists were commissioned to assess the problem. Their 10-month study warned that the state was placing its limited water resources at risk.
We were not going to act precipitously. We wanted to see the science. And having reviewed the report, I think the governor and the legislature were both equally convinced that this was good science, that there was a harm. There were independent studies about the health effects of MTBE. This was not political.
On March 25, 1999, California's governor ordered that MTBE be phased out of all gasoline sold in the